What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about muln. I told you it was going to be a rough week. I wasn't lying. It's going to be bad. We have bad news that came out after hours, which, was bad news to a degree, but we expected that. So we knew it was going to be in there. I told you we're not looking forward to any kind of earnings from muln as of right now, whatever they have to release. But they have to release it, so they released it. So we're getting hammered from there. We also have the proxy that came back out again. I don't know why. I got several emails for the proxy again. My vote's still the same as last time. Again, I don't think it matters. David controls it, so we're getting slammed there. Obviously, we're coming with all of this bad news. They just keep pumping it out. So, I don't know who really didn't know this stuff coming into the investment in muln, or who didn't expect this kind of thing to happen. But it is what it is. I told you it's going to be a rough week. So you're like, where's it going to stop? Where's it going to stop? I don't know. I'm sitting on my hands. We are crashing through every fib level as of right now. This area that we closed in post-market at 28 cents could be a decent level of support. I have a line drawn here at 27 and a quarter, which has acted as decent support for us in the past. If that does not hold, we're coming down to a quarter. And we're falling back into this trading channel that, we were stuck in, just like begging to get out of for so long, between 25 and 33 cents. I guess the good news is nothing comes straight down, but you do know what you hold. It's one of those things that are going to take time, as we've explained several times throughout many of these videos, and it's not going to be a pretty sight for those that are long-term holders, which is why we were trying to call out these levels. Hopefully you guys were trading the heck out of this thing and taking a lot of your risk off the table as far as when we go into this vote, and then we see how it moves from then onward. We need to see if we're going to get heavy dilution. We need to see how the results are. We need to see what, I guess, big money still wants to do with muln in the meantime. It could crush us. And I think I've told you that, it can crush us, and then we'll just kind of go from there. I'm sitting on my hands. I don't know. I'm going to see how a quarter holds up, and then I'm going to go from that point on, I guess. As far as our RSIs go, we've lost it. We've definitely lost it. I think you guys could tell that. How's our fib circle looking? Fib circle, what's that? Get out of here. Fib circle, we hit our fib circle. Yeah, it makes sense, right? There's typically some sort of pretty decent movement at these fib circles. So unfortunately we weren't climbing it. It was just timed with a bad week, and it's going to hurt. I don't know how Fibonacci knows. He just knows. So anyway, let's keep an eye on it. Let's see what it wants to do from here. Let's take a look at the ortex. The ortex coming in at 11.48% live short interest of the free float, going up just a fuzz, and the live short interest coming in at 174.87 million. Cost to borrow average 16.87%. Utilization still saying it is maxed out. So we have that for us. I don't know. It was an awesome day in the market. So if you were playing anything outside of muln, if you were playing the SPY, you could not be wrong as long as you picked down. Like any put you picked should have paid you some money. I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? I'm sorry I missed you guys yesterday. It was just it is what it is. I hate to come out and give bad news every day, but I'll do that for you if that is what you want, if it kind of keeps the morale up through all of this. I do still have my long-term position. I told you I have taken a bunch of my risk off of the table before this because I knew it wasn't going to be pretty. My calls that I was holding, hoping for 50 cents this Friday, those were free, and now they're free to anybody that wants to take them, basically. They are worthless. I personally, I would not play any options right now. I would wait and see how this week blows over, and then if we start getting good news afterwards, we're going to need some good news to roll in, especially after this vote. So if I'm around, I have quite a few appointments this week that are making it tough, and that's why my videos haven't been coming out in a timely fashion. But I will try my best to stream that meeting if I can, if I'm around, just so that, we got a little bit of a community here to listen in on the meeting, and you guys can chat and do your thing. It's not going to be good. Let's see. So our volume shelves were falling below, which is not ideal. We know whenever we hit those gaps in the volume shelves, it's a quick up or a quick down. You can see this candle, right? It just, if you're looking at the volume shelf on the right and there's nothing there, we just fell right on down to that little support line that I have. So if we get back above 29 cents with some strength and hold, I mean, that gives us hopefully an easy penny back to 30 cents. But again, I'm sitting on my hands. I can't tell you guys what to do. You guys gotta make your own decisions as far as that goes. We're just gonna kind of hang out and watch and see where this thing bases, because we have at least one more tough day ahead of us, and then we'll see if we're on to brighter pastures, or if we're gonna be trying to figure out where the bottom is to catch this thing again, just to make some sense out of it. So I'll be here. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I hope you had a good day in the markets. I mean, man, that SPY, should we look at SPY? Let's see what SPY's doing, just in case you guys are getting into it for tomorrow. As far as my charts go, I pulled some puts right there at 400. I hit 400 strike puts, and I just went on with my day, and I came back and those things were cranking. So I did pretty well today. There is still some more downside, believe it or not. I mean, how much selling can they do? I think they were about sold out. We do have a volume gap here, so if we lose that 391 and about 391.33, sitting at 391.46 right now. If we lose that, we're going back down below 390.69. So be mindful of that. And then we do not have as much chop in here, so it could be a quick route down back to around 387 to 388, depending on when we hit there. It doesn't have to come down there. That was a lot of selling that went in today. Check out the size, of these candles, how we look on the daily. Not as bad as that 30 minutes. Somebody wanted those puts to print, and they wanted to get deep. So we could see potentially a little bit of a bounce tomorrow, since we are so low on our Bollinger Bands on the 30-minute. The 1 hour has a little bit more room to the downside, again back to 390.60, which would fill in that volume gap on the 1 hour. 4 hour has plenty of room down to the downside as far as the Bollinger Bands, almost down to our trend line that we've been talking about. And the daily's still riding relatively high. So I do think there could be more downside, even though we've seen a tremendous amount of downside come into the markets today. So don't fix your mentality on, man, it dropped what, 8 points. Don't think that it can't go lower. The markets are not rational. They don't really care about what you feel. Just pick the direction that it's going. Play the direction. Don't fight the trend. If you're wrong, flip it, right? Just take that little hit, 10, 15% stop loss, whatever you got going on. Flip your direction and play with the trend. Or just, kick back and see if you can figure out the trend. But I think tomorrow's going to be a tough one. We're going to have a lot of people that are thinking it needs to go up, and there is room to the downside. So let's see. It might be a very choppy day, but I would be very careful. Take what the markets give you right now. Don't be greedy. just be content, right? You can play small. You can take those 10% victories. You can take those 10% wins and just continue to compound your account day after day. And check out that video, man. It's a pretty decent video. Just what 10% gains will do for you. It's posted a few days ago. So anyway, I'll stop rambling now. But that's my thoughts on SPY and muln. Like I said, let's get through. It's tomorrow. Tomorrow's the vote. It's tomorrow, Thursday. I don't even know what day it is, but let's see. So we're watching our trading channel and we're going from there. So I appreciate you guys coming back and watching another one. I will catch you guys in the next video. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.